Sent me a
Bro,
hat.
come
Thank you for this
on,
hat.
man.
Thank you
Y'all
for
let
this
what Let's
hat.
Go Real win.
It goes with my shirt. Thank you, Vic. Vic be taking care of me, honey packs and nice new. This is a new. This a real hat now. NFL on the back, baby. Hey,
Listen,
this is a real
secretly.
hat. This ain't no
You see
snapback.
this? You see this? The real.
Oh,
The
you
Oh
real
ready?
yeah,
deal.
You ready, huh?
It's real. It's real,
yeah. It's
baby.
going down this weekend down here, right?
Oh, please, best believe. They done
Let's
threw me
believe.
on the flyer too.
Oh
Shit,
Lord, let's do it.
Oh
it's
gosh,
on.
who did that foolishness?
It's on all
Mm,
weekend.
that's good, man. I'm proud of y'all.
Ah, go Tigers.
I don't
The
know about all
real, the real Wilson U.
that. Oh, okay.
Here we
It's
go.
only one university in Florence, and that's Wilson University.
Oh Lord, I ain't saying
Well,
nothing.
there's people out there that will debate that, but hey, let's go.
Damn right, because my brother graduated from down here.
He didn't graduate from Wilson U.
No, he definitely didn't.
WU, baby.
Mm.
What? Well, hello. Welcome. Welcome to Tangy Tea of Life. This is where we.
We got a problem. We got a
I'm
problem.
putting on lotion.
What's wrong?
I ain't on.
You're not on?
Mm-mm.
What's going on?
I have no idea. I'm gonna drop out. I can see myself here. Can you hear me? You hold. Let me bring my volume up. Hold on,
Yeah, I can hear you.
you, Victor, can
Yeah,
you
I
see
don't see
me?
you either.
No, no. Hold on. I'm gonna stop my cameras. Nope. All right.
Well, we can see you.
Yeah,
But
but
we
the
don't
people
see you
can't.
on-
I'm gonna
Yeah,
come
you're
back
not
in.
on, bro.
I'm gonna go out. It says stop my camera, but let me go out and come back.
All right. The power of being live. Welcome to Tangy Tea of Life. I am your host, Veronica. So glad to be back with you guys tonight. Victor Dammit Boy White is with us. Oh, two of them?
Double
Two.
fisting it tonight, baby. It's Wilson homecoming, Wilson U, the only university in Florence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, y'all do it big. I have to give it to you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, y'all do it big. So we're not mad. Well, some of us aren't mad. But Darlington did it big this past week. Shouts out to Darlington alumni.
Hey, shouts out to the dude that was peeing in the corner in the club.
You know, yeah, the club that you wanted me to go to with you.
It looked like somebody's house with the door, the bedroom door there.
Oh, man.
That was. I don't care what it looked like. What it looked like was a house.
What's going on, Brother Fatine, all the way from WBLS radio station?
I'm in the film. Thank Vic for the hat. I really love this hat, man. It's autograph and everything. Thank you, bro.
You did a great job.
No,
Awesome,
I
Victor.
didn't. Because I didn't buy that mess.
Secretly, down inside, I really think you like the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yes,
Like,
he did.
no,
Yes, he did.
no.
You look a little like
don't.
Emmett Smith, but I ain't gonna say that. You look a little like Emmett Smith.
I wish I had his money.
I know you do.
Right? Tank Tea of Life is being brought to you by Hip Hop Fitness with Veronica every Wednesday night, 7 p.m., Saturday mornings, 9 a.m., $5 a class. And tomorrow is going down. We're having the Halloween Zumba. Oh, why are you looking like that? You're not coming? You're not participating, Victor?
I was looking at somebody had sent me something. I was just looking at that.
Oh, But yeah, I'm having a Halloween Zumba party tomorrow at Big Gary Gym, 7 p.m. We'd love for you all to come out. We're going to get our workout on. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you want to come out to the Halloween Zumba party, Hip Hop Fitness with Veronica is definitely having that tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Big Gary Gym, $5 to come in. It's going to be awesome. So how was you guys' weekend? Let's talk about that for a second.
How was yours, Veronica?
I had a great weekend. Spent time with you, Victor. We had a wonderful time at the Man Cave out in Mechanicsville area. If you guys are not familiar with that, listen, they're doing some big things out there. It's going to be a lot of things coming 2023, so be looking out for that. It's nice, spacious. I mean, I love it out there. What did you think, Victor?
I was thoroughly impressed with the, I shouldn't say cleanliness, but the whole neatness. Like sometimes on an outside venue, there's like wires ran everywhere. And I just noticed how clean it looked. Like even when I went to the I guess the actual man cave part, like I'm not saying that, you know, somebody would have had something, you know, unprofessional, but I was just so impressed that a place in the middle of, I don't want to call it nowhere.
Yeah.
But it just looked, I was just amazed with the whole thing.
Right.
I definitely, that, you know, Lord spare my life, that will not be my last time going there.
Right. We had a great time. Grown folk style. It was awesome. Had the opportunity to host the show Saturday. Victor host with me. Got on the microphone and host the show with me. We had a great time. It was a great time.
It was some rump shakers out there.
Some rump shakers.
The team that was, bro, you got to stop sitting in the house.
I had a COVID ankle monitor on, so I can't go nowhere. I'm still positive. I mean, I can go somewhere, but I can only go a couple of places, put on the mask, and come back in.
I'm glad you're one of those folks that stay home when they are sick, unlike some people that come out and spread it everywhere. Like Victor.
Everybody getting it.
See? Shouts out to the True Soul Band. They did their thing.
Yes, they
Saturday
did.
night. DJ Big Mike out of Sumter, he did his thing. It was a great time. We had a great time out there.
I'll say this. I always am amazed when, now I don't know what was going on with anybody else's little side, but from what I've seen, when you can have that many people together and zero bullshit goes on, that's always a plus. I love shit like that.
Yeah.
Cause I didn't realize it was that many people out there until the first break, and I turned around because I was so into the band. When I turned around, I was like, damn. Like,
yeah.
No drama.
Right. Everybody just out having a good time.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mike Mills. I can't see any comments. No comments on my end on the big screen.
See? I
don't know what's going on.
A matter of fact, I was typing to Cheryl and Tracy, both said, wow, ankle monitor for COVID. They said, I was just saying that COVID ankle monitor is my way of saying I was locked down because I test positive last Tuesday, 3 days of symptoms, felt good Friday, and felt great since then. It's just still, as of yesterday, still testing positive. So just give it hopefully a few more days that I'll test negative.
Absolutely. And we're glad that you are okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Brian says the mic sounds good, V. Thank you. I can't see not one single comment on the big monitor. I don't know what's going on tonight. So you brothers definitely going to have to help me out tonight when it comes to the comments.
We got you. You got it, Vic? I see it too. I got them.
Well,
I don't see YouTube, but I see them.
Yo, my computer's been acting so it must be too much porn and shit. So I'm a little slow.
Too much splish splash. I got you.
He's sticking and shit.
That's what's happening, brother. A little too much splish splash.
Wilson homecoming this weekend. Your boy gonna be in the building Friday at City Grill. Please pull up on me.
Is this a specific class or is this just Wilson
Whoever.
alum?
So
Yeah.
Wilson, we welcome everybody to party with us, and we can show you how to really do it. That's why we went last. We let everybody go first. We let Darlington, go, and West Florence and South Florence and all Lamar, Timmonsville, and all that. We let all of them go, but it's Wilson's turn. It's the
Question for you.
It's the big dog turn.
Could I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
So Wilson is where? Wilson's is in Florence, right?
North side.
North side. So it coincides with the last weekend of the month, where downtown Florence always has the last weekend. It's the Wilson homecoming, and it's Halloween weekend. Ain't this gonna be something? This gonna be a bash this weekend.
Wilson having a block party downtown, so Florence after 5 must be gonna get shut down because they already got the block for Wilson.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't play that.
I've been to Wilson homecoming because I went to the place. What is that place that you eat? I forgot something, whatever it is called. It's like it's like it has a name or a number.
Wilson already got the block,
right?
So Florence after 5, they might have to move that shit to like the airport or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But
it's like Wilson have it. Wilson had it before. It's been good.
Shots out to my neighbor, same street, Tanya Fraser McNair, going to the moon. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Wilson High School alumni.
Okay.
I graduated with her sister MG. Walk out on my mama's porch. Their house right there to the left. You know what I'm saying? Shots out to Tanya, class of 88, I think. 89, some shit like that.
Who has the best sports team, or it fluctuate year to year?
No, ain't no fluctuate. It's Wilson.
Wilson got the best football, basketball, baseball.
We just won state last
year. You're biased.
Basketball.
Oh, okay. I just asked.
Yeah.
I
Man.
I got you. Hey, brother, brother. I didn't go down here, but I know that pride that you have. So it's
anytime anybody get behind me, you see the Wilson High School license tag. We're the only high school in the state. There's only 2 or 3 in the nation, high schools that have a state issued license tag. So,
Michael J. Mills says lies, Vic. Lies, Vic.
Well, listen, Mike. I understand. If Wilson was to have come to Fat Man's Cave, they might have to make 4 Fat Man's Caves because it's gonna be too many of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got people from Jupiter fly in, you know what I'm saying, to come party at Wilson homecoming. You know what I'm saying?
Oh Lord. Now you pushing it. Well, what's going on, everybody? Mr. Aretha, Alicia, I see you guys popping on. John, Tim, hey Carol, all the way from Texas. Texas. Yep. Jason, what's going on, Jason? Tracy, Cheryl. Did I say? Let's see. Lisa. I don't like the fact that I have to look down at my phone. Normally I just look on the screen
and you can see it.
And I can see it. Rodney, shout out to Rodney. Rodney, there's a new thing that popped up on Facebook today where it recognizes like our top star giver or the top people that commented last week during the show. Our top 3 was Jason, Patricia, and Mr. Sammy. They was our top 3 engaged. What's the word? I was gonna say folks last week. Watchers last week. Viewers, yeah. Yeah. So shouts out to them and Rodney for the stars. Thank you, Rodney, tonight for the stars. Thank you, Sly, for the stars. Appreciate you guys for watching. So yeah, tonight we got a hot topic, and we're gonna let 15, you okay?
I'm ready. You said
What's
hot topic. I'm ready.
oh, that's why you look like that, because I said hot topic.
She said hot topic. We'll see how it go.
Well, I mean, all of our topics are pretty hot, I would
Hmm.
think, I would say. But Fatin actually want to talk about this tonight, so we definitely gonna jump on it because well, I'll let you explain it, Fatin. Go ahead.
All right. So first of all, let me just say this: last week's show, and in abundance with all of our shows, is usually based on a letter, and whatever that letter is. Veronica's the only one that knows what that letter is. Me and Victor do not know what that letter is, and we comment on it. So whatever it is. Last week conversation made me start to think that this most of the conversation that we talk about on the show is about relationships, but it's usually about problems in relationships. And I said to myself, you know, should we balance this conversation for our listening audience? We always talking about problems in a relationship, this, that, and other, cheating, this, that, and other, but we never talk about a highlight what a positive relationship looks like. We don't hardly promote positive relationships. We don't get letters that somebody is talking about, hey, I'm in love, it's working. I want to share this with other folks out there and find out if other folks have similar types of relationships in the sense of a positive relationship to kind of promote that. Because when people are watching and they always hear problems, sometimes people get turned off. So tonight, I just wanted to throw out a topic. What does a positive relationship look like? Can we talk about what is a healthy relationship? Have people been in a healthy relationship? For our viewers, have they been in a healthy relationship? Are they in a healthy relationship? Do they know someone that's in a healthy relationship? And what does that look like? What does that entail? So that's what I want to kind of put out there, since we always talking about problems, and I do understand that problems sometimes generate a lot of interest because a lot of times we go through problems, but there are times that people are doing well in finance, doing well in work or whatever. So why can't we talk about what a good and healthy relationship looks like?
Like Jason says,
Exactly.
we tangy tea, not sweet tea.
Plain sweet tea.
I mean, um, Victor.
Oh, you Victor, go first. You're supposed
So
to go first.
you know what's
I
funny?
mean,
You know what's funny? I was in the shower, and I honestly thought about that this same scenario. I swear to God.
Wow.
So it's funny how we can all, and I have a response for you. So I thought about all my relationships. All my relationships were good except for one, and the only one that wasn't good was my very first one. And that was because I was so wrapped up in the person. I lost who I was. And I didn't date anybody for like 3, 4 years after that. But regardless of how my um situations ended or my relationships ended with, the few people I dated, um, I can honestly say I don't regret none of them. You know what I'm saying? Um, we had good times. All my relationships I've ever been in, there was more good than bad, but the bad just was just bad. So um I can honestly say a good relationship um for me, um it might not look the same to everybody else, but I've been in some. Let me say that.
Veronica, you on mute. I'll go
yeah,
last.
I was making a lot of noise in here, so
Hmm.
I muted myself. Um, I'm not gonna say that all the relationships that I've been in were bad. I mean, like any relationship, we have our good times, we have our bad times, and um sometimes one outweigh the other. But it all depends on those two people or how they make it. I feel like a lot of times, a lot of relationships, we bring other people from the outside in, and it kind of messes up because we listening to this person and we're listening to that person. And that's how a lot of relationships, I feel like, whether it be parents, whether it be sister, your siblings, your cousins, whoever. But I've been in some good relationships, but things just didn't work out, you know. Um I mean, I don't want to get deep personal,
You
but
might as well.
I mean,
We'll go as deep as you let us.
Ooh.
I bet you will.
You can't go too deep with that battery, but anyway, go ahead. But anyway,
We said shots fired.
ooh, I'm gonna go get mine.
But no, seriously, I'm not gonna bash anyone. I'm not gonna, it's just things didn't work out. And especially when cheating's involved, and then you lose your what do you call it? You lose your trust in someone, and it's a hard thing to get trust back when you lose your trust from someone. So being in a healthy relationship, I would have to say that you definitely have to trust that person, because if you don't trust someone, it's like you're always going to be thinking, you're always going to be wondering what they are doing, who are they talking to when they're not around you. Who I don't want to be in that situation anymore. I don't want to have to worry about what someone's doing. I don't want to have to worry about going through someone's phone to see, who they've been texting or who been texting them or who's in the inbox. Like, I'm too grown for that now. So I feel like a healthy relationship, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about, I don't know, as insecure as the word. I mean, my thing is trust is a huge deal, and also communication. And I talk about that a lot on the show. You have to communicate. You have to open up, and you have to communicate with your significant other. There's no other way, because assuming what someone is thinking could be the wrong thing. I don't want to assume what you're thinking. I want you to speak out and let me know what you are thinking or what is on your mind.
So I want to say this, and I swear, it's almost like we all are connected somehow. I had this conversation with someone, and they told me, they said, "Do you trust me?" And I told her, "Hell no." Like, trust is earned. Like, when I first meet somebody, no, I don't trust you. I mean, I trust you gonna be who you are. But for me to sit here and say, you tell me, "Oh, well, I'm going out with my homegirls," or whatever it is, I'm going out and, whatever. It is what it is after that. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say I trust you, because I don't. I'm not going to sit here and lie to your face and say, "Yeah, I 100% trust you." It's like, trust is earned. Like I tell her all the time, I trust you going to always make me late to shit. I just know that. I just know you're never going to be on time. So either I deal with it or I leave. So I just learn to deal with the shit. If the shit start at 7, I'm gonna tell you we got to be there at 6, because I know you're gonna show up at 6:15. So I know this shit. So I just trust her to be her. It's what it is. But like I said, trust is earned. It's really earned.
So, and I agree with you. I agree with what you just said about how trust is it's earned. It is earned. It's something that is earned, and I'm glad that you said that. For me, a healthy relationship is when two people basically come together. They are on same and similar pages, because we're not all on the same page on everything. You understand what I'm saying? But we respect one another, we love one another, and we trust one another. And I like what Victor said, because I know that question was put to me one time before about trusting. And I'll just say, even though my last relationship ended, the mother of my children was a good woman. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about that. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You talk the most compatible person that I've ever been with was her. There's no ifs, ands, and buts. It's like it worked. It worked. I mean, you hit bumps at the end, but I'm talking about it's felt good. I could get up here and talk about different things and others and this, that, and other, but I've said, if it took me to weigh being single or being in a healthy relationship, I would take the healthy relationship over and over, because I felt something good. When you are in a healthy relationship where communication is working, y'all are clicking on all cylinders. Even when you argue and you debate, you realize, even if you're mad for a day or two, you know that you're going to come back on the same page. And if something comes up important, you'll deal with that in a responsible way. And that's when you know that you're moving in the right direction. And as we are trying to talk about good relationships, I just realized, I'm looking in the comments, a lot of us, for whatever the reason is, we see more bad than good. We see more bad than good, because it's really harder for us to honestly sit here and just talk about it. And it's not being talked about in a fantasy world. I don't want to throw fluff. I'm not going to throw fluff out there, but it's kind of hard. And I kind of figure out, why is it hard to talk about good and healthy relationships? Do we see enough examples of them? Do we see enough in our family? Because remember, we're not in our friends and everybody's relationship. We see it from the outside in. We tend to grow up with our parents. Did we see a good, healthy relationship with our parents, our aunts, our grandparents, or whatever? Or do we experience healthy relationships? Do we see our brothers and sisters in healthy relationships, prospering relationships, really doing good? And we can pull off that energy. When you get with the girls, when Victor gets with the guys, everyone is pretty much in a relationship or married, and everybody's in tune. You understand? Even though we having a good time away from the girls, and the girls having a good time away from the guys, we still on one accord. And I don't think we see enough of it. That's why I said I want to kind of at least talk about it, because I don't know who's in a healthy relationship, who's in a good relationship, who want to promote that tonight and talk about it and say some things that we don't hear much of. We hear people giving advice about problems to try to get to a good relationship or get back into a good place in their relationship. But why don't we hear what a good relationship is? And I just feel that, again, each is own. Everybody's different. For me, compatibility, trust, and when the next person that you with, your significant other, wife, whatever, is not giving you any trust issues, and y'all are clicking and honest and communicating. And if you have children, you're working together on children, and you're working together, it's not 50-50, it's 60-40, 80-20 some time to time, but you know that I'm going to pick up that slack and she's going to pick up that slack when it's there, and I got your back and she got your back. To me, that's a healthy relationship right there.
So 2 things. First is, I don't like dwelling on what a healthy relationship kind of looks like, because, old girl watch. And if we're not going down that path, then it's almost like, well, what the fuck are you doing? If you know what it looked like, why ain't you doing this? And at the same time, I'm not trying to go down memory lane with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So, and I get it. So we can do it tonight. But what Jason says is, listen, man, life is so much easier in a healthy relationship. Most people want fun. Social media got people messed up. Healthy ain't always fun, but it's the best thing you can have. The right type of love can't be duplicated by anyone else on earth. I love my wife. Y'all better find you one.
Aww.
There you go.
And Alicia says, my question is, if you're in a relationship with a person that have trust issues, could they have a healthy relationship? I say no, but looking to see how y'all think.
No, you can't. If the other person has trust issues, unless you've given them trust issues and you got to turn it around. If they got trust issues, it's not going to work. I told people before, you can trust a person and not love them and have and can survive a relationship. But if you don't trust them but love them, it's not going to work, because you're always trying to turn up every rock, open up every book, look in every cell phone, and peeping around the corner. It's not going to work.
So a trust issue to me, when I hear the word trust issue, because I love words, a trust issue means it's an issue for the other person. I don't think people have trust issues. I think you just have an issue with the way you're being treated. So understand you should never have to, in my opinion, you should never have to justify where you are or what you're doing to anyone. Anyone. So the moment you feel like you have to justify on why you did something or where you were, that's probably not the best place to be.
What do you mean justify? So can you explain? And I only ask, like, if I say I was at Victor's house, if I was at Victor's house, do I have to justify? Do I have to prove it? Or if I say I'm at Victor's house, it's cool. If she said where I've been and I say I was at Victor's house, that's cool.
Both. Well, those are great examples of what you just said. I've always been a person that said, if you're in a committed relationship, you single people we just can't get along. Like I'll somewhat distance myself from some of my single friends because it's just easier that way. Most of my friends, they're not wild, but some of them have a past. And when I get into a space with someone, I tend to I tend to separate myself from some of that, just because if anything go down, I just don't want to be a part of that shit. That's just me.
I don't have a problem sharing if I'm, if I came in 30 minutes late and she said, "Oh, you're late tonight." Yeah. But I'm normally, let's just say I usually get home when I was in New York, I get home between 5:10, 5:20. Say if I come in at 6:10, right? I come in 6:10. It's not no big. Oh, yeah, I see you're a little late tonight. I'll be like, oh, you know what? There was a lot of traffic. I don't have a problem with that. That never, to me, that's just out of concern. Because if I know that my significant other, wife or girlfriend was running late and it gets to an hour, now I'm going to check on her because I want to make sure she's okay. So I just think that it's just common courtesy and common respect. Not that I got tabs on you. It's just to the point of common respect. Hey, I see you running late. Oh, what was traffic on the thing? Oh, I stopped. I saw a friend in the street. We were talking, and it's cool. Ain't nobody saying nothing else. I just think that's common respect. That's it. Veronica?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what? Bull crap! You ain't getting off this easy.
Oh, what was the question?
Well,
I do want. Yeah,
go
ahead.
Victor basically said, about about asking, in a sense of, basically I'm my own person, so I don't really have to put out an explanation on, where I was at or whatever. I say, I just think it's out of common respect that if you kind of break your normal routine, it's just common respect. Hey, so-and-so. Yeah, I just think it's just out of common respect because remember, I said for me, a healthy relationship is trust, love, and respect. Respect is very important. And the same thing, you went to the laundry and it can't, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I saw so-and-so. It ain't no big thing. I'm not hunting you down. It's just common courtesy that I noticed there's something wrong with that. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. But when you start, like, just as soon as someone leave the house, you want to, are you there yet? What time you coming back? Or
no,
that's not healthy.
No.
But I see what you're saying, Fatim.
Yeah, just common courtesy. I do. You know what I'm saying?
I came across a post today. I forgot what site it was, but it says beefing with your significant other is the worst because it's like, bro, you my only friend. Stop pissing me off, dog. And there's a guy, he commented, he was like, even if I beef with my woman, I won't seek attention from other girls. I don't want all time. I won't let me start over. He said, if I beef with my woman, I won't seek attention from other girls. I don't want all time. And I'm reading it just like he wrote it. I don't want all time and love we poured all the time. He's trying to say all the time and love we poured in each other to be wasted on another woman who can't love me. My future woman can. So he's saying that he's not going to be like, if he is beefing with his woman. Okay, now the comments are coming through. I don't know what happened, but now I can see the comments. But he's saying,
go ahead.
even if he's beefing with his woman, he's not gonna, try to get, what's the word? Confirmation or from another woman.
Attention from another woman.
Yeah.
So,
So-
I'm gonna say so. It's a TikTok and I like it. And the thing is when you got the attention of the person you want the attention from, everybody else don't matter. So if we constantly texting back and forth, you tend to all the stragglers get dropped off. So it's like, your friends over here, you're not texting them, once or twice a day no more. You texting this person 35, 45, 50 times a day. Y'all making 2, 3, 4, 5 phone calls a day. And then we beefing. So it almost seemed like when we go through something, every time I'm scroll on TikTok or Facebook, it's all this love shit come across, your screen, and you don't want to see none of that shit. So, when you beefing with your best friend, whether it's at the moment or in life, it's always a bad feeling.
Mhm.
Always a bad feeling.
Well, can I just piggyback off what Victor said? Because Victor hit me with part 2, because I, spoke with Veronica earlier, but this is part 2, what me and Victor was talking about. And we kind of, I don't think we texted, it was maybe a comment. One of the things that irks me, this is why I kind of flipped this tonight. I'll be honest with you. I get tired of all these social media effing comments about bad men.
Thank you.
And we don't never hear nothing about positive men. You don't see us men dogging out every bad woman. You don't see us doing that. So that's what made me say, is there anybody in a good relationship? Because all I see is nothing about about this man, you better do this, or this joke about this man, do this. And I'm like, all y'all women in an effed up relationships, and if y'all are that damn damaged, then y'all can't be good for nobody else. Y'all may think y'all can, but you can't. And I said, wait a minute, where the hell are we? And that pisses me off because it's nothing positive out there about black men. I put up a post. I got 300 comments in 2 days when I put up a post of black women having supportive black men shirts on, and under them, black brothers having supportive shirts on about black women. I got 300 comments. I don't see much of that. I don't see much of that. So if we in that effed up as a state, as a people, damn, we're effed up.
But you know what, bro? When you commented under her post and said that, you noticed how she backed up and started backtracking.
That damn right, because we get tired of that. And when do y'all say, yo, even if you're not in a good relationship, maybe your brother is a good man. Your father was a good man, or is a good man. We never see my daddy's a good, unless it's his birthday or something. Happy birthday, my dad. He was a great man. I don't hear y'all putting up, yo, I'm in a positive relationship. I got a good husband. I got a good boyfriend, got a good uncle. I don't hear that. It's always these negative means about black men, because we tend to gravitate to a lot of things that are in our circle. But I'm just tired of it. And then I said, let's talk about that tonight. Why is that? Why don't we talk about good, positive? Or is it that damn effed up out there for y'all women?
Yeah. Well, listen, no one can say that Veronica be on social media and putting any of that crap up there.
No, you never do that.
No, because I'm not the one to down my brothers. I'm not the one to down past relationships. That's just not me. For one, I don't like people in my business like that, But we do see a lot of it, and I can, see why you brothers get mad at that, because you do see a lot of posts that are down in men. Why they do it?
Because it's the end thing to do it.
It's the end thing to do. Oh, my baby daddy got this. Men with 3 baby daddies and this and that. And I was like, wait a minute. The way y'all down men, do y'all down your sisters that make these bad choices? See, it goes both ways. See, if we come back at y'all, then it's going to be all this tension. That's why I try to flip the energy and say, wait a minute, let's see if we can talk about, because if y'all can't do it, if y'all can't talk about it, then there's a problem. There's a problem out here.
Well, I don't think that you men are as catty as women. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of you not going to go on social media and say stuff about women, or the past relationship you've been in, or it's just women are different when it comes to that. I don't know what's going on, but I think something is actually maybe going on with StreamYard, or I don't know. But if you all can hear us out there, give us a thumbs up or something in a comment, or heart or something, because I think something is going on with our something is going on with our signal or something with StreamYard. But if you all can still hear us,
I can't hear.
Let us know.
I can't hear on here. It's like it's trying to reload, trying to fix the problem.
So, for the most part, to me,
YouTube, I think is fine. I'm sorry.
Women want everybody to know they hurt, because that's when Prince Charming or that SIMP ninja comes swooping in. She's looking for attention. She's looking to be, to fall in somebody else's arms. But for a man, we take our L's in private. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and talk about, oh, she did me like this, she did me like that, because that's not attractive to another woman. Ain't no woman, want to hear all that shit, that how this woman done did you. Now, she probably wants to hear, all the things you did for her, but how you all heartbroken, really, do a woman really want a project? Not really. But men, oh man, we love a project now. Oh man, if you broken and you all this other shit, and you just got your heart broken, the kids ain't eating, oh man, we're gonna put this cape on and we're gonna swoop right in, and all we trying to do is get a little bit of pussy and then fly on out. But some of us get trapped, or some of them get trapped, and it is what it is.
Yeah. So a lot of people say they have to go. I don't know if you could put a post up. They may have to go to YouTube, because we can't. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it's not working.
Let me see what Jason is saying here, because I see where Carol commented when she says not true, Jason. So Jason says females sign up to be with a dog and get mad when a dog. Imagine signing up to play basketball and halfway through the game you want to change the sport to football. You play the game you sign up for.
Facts.
I don't think no.
Facts.
No. Yeah, from a male standpoint, that probably facts to you. But from a female standpoint, we don't sign up to be with a dog. We can't help that's the way they turn out to be. Okay. We sign up because we are thinking this is a good person, he's treating me right, and like we always say at the beginning of a relationship, yes, people are going to put on their best face. They are going to treat you right. They are going to do things that, make you feel good. It just turns out that they turn out to be dogs.
Veronica, let me ask you
in my situation.
Right. So let me ask you a quote.
Not all of them.
So let me ask you a question, Veronica. So again, when I talk about this time, I'm up in New York and you're down here. But let's just take the 90s. Let's just take the 90s into 2000s, right? And I'm just going to put out some musical artists right now real quick. Jaheim, R. Kelly. We take the bad boy look. Even you see it on the television, the bad boy look. I watch our sisters' reaction when they see the bad boy. I've heard around sisters, I like the bad boy. I like that kind of, and I still hear that. Not to say every woman, we don't paint all our women with a broad brush, because everybody don't like a bad boy. But some of the choices that our sisters do make, everyone ain't looking for that nice guy. They looking for somebody who got a little thug in them, that little Tupac in them. You understand what I'm saying? And they do make bad choices. They know that guy got 2 baby mamas, got 2 little babies. They know that. They know this. They know that guy ain't got a good job or ain't got a job, but they still make that choice.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to say all women, go in it, with making a smart choice. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that because all men don't, you all don't go in making smart decisions either sometimes.
That is correct. That is correct.
But speaking from my point of view, I don't go in, I've made bad choices. I have. But go ahead, Victor.
I don't think none of us made bad choices. I really feel like at the end, that's when we analyzed that our choice didn't work. But at the time of our choice, it was a good decision. I ain't gonna say it the best decision, but it was a good decision. And it's what you wanted, but it just didn't work. So I don't think it was a bad decision. You learn from it. And we're done on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm removing Facebook. And then I'll go back and try to put Lotus back on Facebook.
Yeah,
so I
we're
just
done.
dropped us and I'm gonna try to put us back on to see what is going on.
So I was trying to so Alicia asked, she said, so do you feel, she asked me, do I feel that way because you don't trust yourself if something pop off, or you want to avoid the backlash later? Because if she knows you and who and what you are capable of, it shouldn't be a problem for you to hang out with your single friends from time to time. So in my opinion, simplicity is so much easier. Right. I'm not saying we have to spend every waking moment together, but if you can rest with ease knowing that there's absolutely nothing can happen, then that's what needs to happen. When I leave the house, you need to know, you need to have 100% reassurance that I'm going to handle myself, 100%. It is what it is. But if there's any doubt in your mind, then it's up to me to take that doubt out of your mind. So if I have some real rowdy homeboys, and I have a lot of rowdy homeboys, when I started having children, I kind of limited myself, you know what I'm saying, from hanging with them. And if I have one or two friends that like to, rip and run the streets with the ladies, I tend to back up from them a little bit if I'm in a relationship, because I don't want that stigma on me.
All right. So you don't hang with any? Nothing.
No.
Well, but that makes sense. I've said that before, that if you know that you hanging out with a group and you are toning down, like, I mean, I think my boy Tony had mentioned this. When I got into a relationship and he was doing his thing, I cooled down because I didn't want to compromise his situation. He meets a young lady who got a girlfriend, and I gotta turn it off. And then now the girlfriend, the girl he's talking to, don't want to go with him because I can't get the other girl to go with, you know what I'm saying? So I just said, you know what, I'm just stay away from that, because I'm not in that world right now. I'm not doing that like that no more. So,
and you feel uncomfortable, like you're in a relationship and then you with, single people that's running the street and doing that and doing this. And I mean, right now, like all of my friends are married or in relationships.
And when you tell her, I don't know, Vic, again, I don't trying to get you in no trouble or nothing. I mean, you can talk about this in past tense. So I just noticed that a lot of times when you tell a woman, if you out and you talking, just mingling, and young lady asks, well, what's your situation? Oh, I'm in a happy relationship. A lot of women, I'll be honest with you, a lot of women, I don't know if y'all never noticed this, but in New York, since we take a lot of public transportation, if I'm moving with a child, more women tend to be more conversation or converse with me.
You less threatened.
When I tell a woman I'm in a relationship, a lot of women try to tempt you. They try to tempt you. And you know why? Because a lot of women don't want the headache. Knowing you in a relationship, they may want something from you, but they don't want 360. You know what I'm saying? They don't want the whole thing. They just want a little something, and they go about their business. That you don't become a headache to them because they want to do their thing. There's no lockdown there.
Facts. But I will say this: birds of a feather flock together.
Right.
And so women will say this: "Oh, just because my homegirl fast don't mean I'm fast." That's a damn lie. So
That's
Woo!
let me-
I saw your hair stand up.
so let me tell you how this is so true.
yeah, please.
When a woman meets a good man, and that man got a good job, the first thing when she got a single homegirl, her homegirl will say, "You got any single friends? Or do you have somebody at your job that's single?" Birds of a feather flock together. If
I
she
do
a
notice
hoe,
that.
everybody she hang with.
That's not true.
Shit.
And that may not be true, but the question is, if you know that your friend is a whore, why you hang with her?
Why you hanging with her?
Well, for one, I don't hang with whores. Okay, I don't personally.
We didn't say that,
You
but
don't hang
you
with who?
I'm just saying personally.
You hang
I
with who,
don't
Veronica?
whores.
The term is hoes, but okay, we'll go with we'll add the
we're being popular with the whore, but it's the whole the garden tool.
I'm just saying. But just because my friend, and I'm just using this, if my friend is out there running the street, doesn't mean that Veronica has to be out there running the street. I don't do what my friends do. And if my friends was that type of people, I wouldn't be running the street with them. I mean, we may hang out, go eat or whatever like that, but no. I mean, and if they were, that doesn't mean that I'm going to be that same person. Sorry. So that's not true, Victor. Just because you hang with someone, I mean, you have to have that mindset to not do what they do. But if you want to be a whole on with them.
When I see a crow, and there's another bird close to a crow, it's usually a damn crow. When I see a blue jay, it's another blue jay close to it. Birds of a feather flock
That's
together.
not true.
What I'm saying is, understand what I'm saying. You might not be doing what she's doing, but you condoning that shit by sitting there with her.
That's
You
an
condoning
interesting point.
I'm not condoning if I don't see it. Now, if I'm around and my friend is doing something crazy and I know that they're in a relationship or they're married, I'm gonna give them a look like
a look ain't shit. You should.
No, I'm just saying I'm gonna give them that look. We're grown. Like
yeah, but what's the purpose of what are you getting out of hanging with a person that has negative characteristics, Veronica? What's the purpose?
I don't want to hang with someone with the negative.
Okay.
I'm just saying, for someone that is hanging with someone like that. Yeah. I mean, what I hear, like, I don't know if it was on the show but I was talking to somebody and they was like, just because she doing it don't mean that I'm doing it.
Bullshit.
That's my girl. That's my home girl. Like, but I mean, they're grown.
You doing it. Birds of a feather fly. It's not the simple fact of you physically doing it, but you're condoning. Like, if I know I got a married friend and he cheating on his wife, and I know he cheating on his wife, I'm just as bad as him by providing an alibi for him.
Oh yeah,
hanging with him. Looking and seeing him do all this shit. If I'm a man of moral and principle, you can be my friend, but the moment you step into that character or you going and doing all this outside shit, I have to separate myself from that.
If I was 18,
we have some good questions coming in.
Yeah, but let me just respond to Victor. Let me respond to Victor real quick. If I was 18, I would argue your ass down. But because of my experience, when I told my father something and I said, this neighbor accused me of being with them, and my father And I said, Dad, you know I wasn't with them. I was in the house. My father turned to me and said, you know what? He said, I know where your ass was. But he said, you guilty by the law of association. When he said that, it hit me. I'll never ever forget that. Guilty by a law of association.
Facts.
If you with them, damn
Facts.
it, then you guilty, even though you may not be like that.
Facts.
And I'm telling you, I would argue you down when I was 18. But when I heard that, then I understood it. Even though you not guilty, I got busted in college on something I didn't do. But because I was around that group, I understood why I got grilled. I understood why I got grilled because I was there.
Facts. So accessory before and after the fact, that's a crime. Whether you did it or not, you still can be charged for what somebody else did.
Yeah. So guilty
Facts.
by law of association. So
If you
hanging around with a whore, hoe, guy or girl, you're guilty by law of association, even though you may not be doing that. And you're right, Veronica, that's not you. But people will look at you like that, and then you always have to explain yourself, even though you're not guilty.
If I drop my homeboy off at another chick house, I am just as guilty as he is. If I provide an alibi for my homeboy, oh no, we was together, and his wife calling trying to find, oh no, he slept on the couch. I'm just as fucking guilty as he is.
But you keep saying his wife, but are you like that when it just comes to being in a relationship? Or are you just talking about
even in a relationship, if I got a homeboy, he got a girlfriend, and they supposed to be, committed. If he used me as an alibi and I go along with it, first of all, for him to use me, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's really messed up. I feel like you disrespected me as a man by doing that. And even if you was to ask me, could you use an alibi? And I say yes, I'm condoning all this shit. Basically, I'm saying my old lady can do the same shit. Yeah. If I'm a lie for you, her homegirl should be able to lie for her. Like, I really feel like when you in a relationship and it's two people, keep that shit between y'all. When you start, well, ask Vic, was I here? Nah, don't ask me shit.
That's what I'm saying. When you start putting other people from the outside in the middle of it, that's when stuff start going down. That's when stuff start getting messy in a relationship. Don't be involving all these people in what you have going on. I said that at the beginning.
You said you want to read some comments because I want to get to Patricia when you finish.
Yes.
For Vic. It's really for Vic. It's for you. It's for you. It's for you, Vic.
You don't see? Well, that's because all the comments are coming through YouTube. I reset the button for Facebook. So I don't know if we're connected to Facebook yet, but something is definitely going on with the connection between StreamYard and Facebook. So like I said, I don't know if we have anybody watching on Facebook right now. I just know everyone is watching on YouTube. It looks like we have zero
Facebook is
zero
still not
viewers
working.
on Facebook. So
it's not working. It's not working.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on. All right, so let's get to some of these questions. I'm gonna put them on the screen so that you guys can see, because I don't know if you all can see the YouTube comments.
I can see one. I mean, I can see them, but go ahead.
All right. So going back to I think I'm gonna go back to up here. Alicia says, exactly, Veronica. They're not going to show from the beginning they are a dog. As time goes on, their true traits, doggish, shows up. Exactly. That's going back to Jason's comment that he made. And Carol responded to that too. She says, not true, Jason. We grow up as little girls wanting to meet our forever guy. We wish for happiness, but often get the opposite. And that's the truth. Because we go in a relationship. We go in, getting involved with someone, hoping that things are going to work out. We're not hoping to be with the dog and knowing that we're getting involved with the dog. Okay, so let's see. I see a lot of people saying that Facebook is frozen. Jason says, I'll be looking like security when I'm out. Thomas says, that's why I used to hate to tell ladies where I used to work.
Facts. Facts, Thomas. Facts.
But yeah. Victor, you does it. I mean, does it?
I mean, I ain't got no choice now. But But
Because
so,
I think a lot of times that gets you men in trouble. Like when you start talking about, oh, where I work and I make this amount of money and
I don't.
But
I
if I
see.
tell you how much of money I make, I don't give a damn. I ain't spending on cases of beer and smoke and weed and all that kind of stuff. I ain't supporting your habit, and I ain't gonna do anything I don't want to do.
no,
Facts.
yo, I'm
So
talking
if
about
I
your
make
want.
six figures, I make six figures. So what? And I'm single. So at the end of the day, I ain't falling for the craziness.
Are
So
you talking about a woman? Are you
Yeah,
talking about your homeboy?
I'm talking
When you
about
say
my.
smoking and
I'm
drinking
talking
and
about. I'm talking about. That's why I really want to throw that question out to Vic. But it ties into what Jason just said about not telling where you work or how much you make. What you just said, Veronica. I'm saying I don't care if I tell you how much I make. At the end of the day, I'm not talking about my homeboy. I'm talking about the female. Because a lot of times we tell them that, then they want to gravitate to us, and then we don't know if they gravitating towards us because the job we have or the money we make. But since I'm older now, sometimes you can see through the BS. Sometimes you can't, but most of the time you can see through the BS. So you know what you were going to associate with, and you know what you ain't going to associate with. I'm no matter how much money you make. Vic?
so I'll say this about the job. Most women that I've met cannot deal, and this is no shot to anybody. Most women cannot deal with a hardworking man. When I say hard, I'm not saying I'm hardworking because I'm not. I'm, medium. But somebody with a busy schedule, like Fatim has multiple streams of income, so he has multiple things that he has done. Veronica, you do the same. You have a lot going on. Most men can't deal with shit like that. But what they see is potential. Okay, a man might see you, she toned, she got all this shit going on, she got all these classes, she do the radio, she doing the hosting gigs. Let me see what I can get out of her, and maybe it'll work. Same thing with Fatim. A lot of celebrities. He's got this radio show over here. He executive produced this. He's doing this. Well, let me see. I mean, this might be the initial. I'm not saying that it can't grow from there, but the initial thing, the initial attraction is Fatim running a big circle. Veronica has a vast amount of disposable income. If that people look at shit like that,
That's
you know what I'm
correct.
saying?
Mhm.
That's what they do. So when I tell somebody where I work at, it's so many niggas that's done lied about what we do and how much money we make. When they find out, they like, well, why you ain't got it like this guy over here? And it's like, he lied to you, baby. You know what I'm saying? I have to work for what I get. You know what I'm saying? A 40-hour check is a 40-hour check. But, if I got the opportunity to get 56, 60, 72, I'm going to take it. But some women don't look at the long game. Whereas if I might take 2 weekends, to grind it out. So next weekend, we could lay on the boat with our feet up in the air. You don't want to play long ball. You want the short game. You know what I'm saying? You want to go off the roof Chris every damn weekend instead of, building some shit and getting a she shed in the back, and you can fucking cook all the steaks you want to in the back. But they don't look at it like that. That's why you can't tell everybody your plans. You just do what you do, and whoever wants to come along will come along.
It's a good point.
true.
That's a good
That's
point.
true.
That's a good point, Vic. That's a good point. That's a
Oh,
good point.
I thought you had something to say about that, Fatim.
Nah, whatever.
So Cheryl says, so hoes are bad people.
Oh yeah.
No, hoes ain't bad people as long as they understand what their position is.
Exactly. That's it.
Understand your position.
Yeah. I mean, can you be a bad? Can you, Cheryl? We can break that down and be a whole show about that. So I'm not going to go there. Can they be bad people? Some could be good people. Some could be bad people. As long as they're transparent. I think if you're transparent about how you go about living your life and not blaming other people for your shortcomings, the way you live your life, then live your life the way you choose to live your life. But people are going to have opinion about you, and if there's any shortcomings that come to that, own up to it. You understand what I'm saying? Don't be that a hoe. Be a good person in the heart, but then bitch and moan, I can't get a good man. Damn well you ain't gonna get no damn good man when your legs are always cocked up with
Mm.
numerous men.
Hoes can get good men. They just can't hold
Keep
on
them.
to
Can't keep them. Can't keep them. Can't keep them. That's it. But I want to get to a comment that was the Victor, because I want to
Yeah.
follow Victor on that. That's is Patricia Baker comment.
Right here.
Vic,
So-
why do you why do you distance yourself from your single friends when you get into a relationship? Is it because they are up to no good, birds of a feather? So it's basically saying if you hanging with this group and then you get in a relationship, you distance yourself, then those guys were up to no good when you were single and hanging with them. Then basically you was no good because birds, like she said, flock together.
So to break it down and to dive deep into this conversation, I'm glad she asked that. If I get in a relationship, I'm not trying to build with my friends anymore.
Mhm.
I'm building. I'm over here now.
Yeah.
So my time, energy, focus is here. I've already have an established relationship with the flock over here. So whatever I was over here, I'm trying to transition. I hate that fucking word now, but I'm trying to transition from the flock to just me and her. So it's me transitioning to she's now the flock. Whatever we have that comes out of us is now us. My friends are gonna always be my friends. We can fly by, we can speak, or we can do whatever. But now I'm trying to build a nest. Yeah, we can all fly south together. But when it's time to come back to the crib, it's just me and her.
Right.
So-
And there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. I
No,
don't
of
see
course not.
anything wrong with that. I mean, when you're in a relationship, and especially when you're just getting in a relationship with someone, I mean, your friends should understand this is something new for you. You're trying to build something, they're gonna have to fall back a little bit. That's understandable.
Yeah. And I just want to say to Patricia, because I wanted, since it was addressed to Victor, I wanted Victor to respond. But my response is just, Patricia, when we in a relationship and we're not trying to hang with our boys because they may not be no good, what we mean, let's break the word no good this time. No good mean when we hanging with them, we are doing no good things to be in a relationship. We are single, we doing our thing. That don't mean that we dirty, low down dogs. It's just that we single and we do what single men do. So when we get in a relationship, that's no good for that relationship to be one-on-one. That's why we say no good. Okay? So realize no good in that meaning. Don't mean that you have to be some low down, dirty son of a bee. It just that it's not good for a relationship, and that's why you separate yourself from your boys, because that kind of lifestyle being in a relationship is no good for that relationship or what the direction you and that person is moving
But you couldn't have said it no better.
in. Thanks.
You really could. But women won't do that. They'll stay right there with their little horse friends.
That's my
Wow.
friend. That's my friend. I've been friends with her since junior high school. And blah,
Neck
blah,
just
blah.
jumping around.
Jumping, boy. That's why I did that. That's it. Bobblehead.
That's not true. All of us is not like that. We know who our friends are. We know our
Girl,
friends
I
will
can't
be
believe
there.
you left us for Richard now. For Richard. Richard ain't hold your head back and hold your hair up when you was throwing up in 99 and you got drunk. Yeah, but Richard will hold your hair up. You know what I'm saying? He'll hold something else up too. But
All right. Let me see. Did I read this one? I agree, Veronica. What I was trying to get. I agree, Veronica. That's what I was trying to get at. too about the single friends, your mindset has to be different because you are in a relationship and still be able to hang with committed, still be able to hang committed or not.
Nah, hell no. You want to hang on something, you hang your ass on this damn ceiling fan. You want to hang on something, I got something for you to hang on. Like, in the first parts, in the honeymoon stages of a relationship, you know, everybody want to hang with each other, but eventually it's almost like you can almost tell when a relationship shift, because it's almost like, wait a minute, I'm losing my identity. We hanging out too much, and that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. To you hanging with the person y'all bonding, y'all building. It's nothing wrong with spending all your time with someone. I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with it.
Well, it's interesting, Vic. I'm thinking about that. Sometimes you don't want to be alone. You don't want to be alone in life. But and it's not that, because you said something last week. I don't want to get too much into to take the conversation that way, but I would pull one thing out what you said last week. When you know deep down you're not going to be with that person. So what happens is, a lot of times we don't tell that person because it's not about, we just don't want to hurt their feelings, and we enjoy their company. But there's a difference if you like someone and you love someone. It's a difference when you emotionally get attached to someone, because when you get emotionally attached to someone, that is a mother. I'm serious. And that's why I hate this now, you know. That's why I tell people I'm not ready for a committed relationship, because I have not opened myself up to allow totally to emotionally get attached to someone, because that's dangerous. When I mean the word dangerous is that you can be talking with someone and enjoying their company and having a good time, and they think that you're there for them, and then you meet somebody and you feel it like that. Just like my kid's mother, when I met her, that night I made a call to my boy Tony. I met that one. It didn't take 3 months. Like Victor said, you said this a long time ago, Vic. Sometimes it don't have to take 2 weeks. It took me hours. I knew right then. And even though we kind of went our way, 32 years we were together. So something was there. You know it. And when that happened, I don't give a damn who I'm friends with. I'm dropping your ass like a hot potato, because that is the connection.
Not so dropping, but yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to drop them if you drop them if they looking for that relationship. They got to be deuces.
I mean, not like drop them and not talk to them anymore. You talking about like drop them, spending time with your woman.
Well, you want to spend time with your woman, but if you have a friend with benefits, you got to drop them.
Oh, you talking about another female?
Yeah.
Oh, female. I thought you were talking about.
No, I'm talking about guy friends ain't no. I'm talking about a female that you've been spending time with that you may like, but you're not emotionally attached to that person. Yeah. You understand what? But you doing everything like you're doing in a relationship. But that's why you got to be transparent, because that's where you lead people on. You got to say, hey, I'm cool. This is what we're doing, but I'm not ready for that right now. So if that mind change, but the same thing is you telling them, they have that option too, because that was put to me. So what happens if a guy wants to talk to me and I'm interested? You have the right. You ain't gotta lie to me. Ain't gonna hurt my feelings, because if I'm not ready to commit and somebody comes that you're interested, you got every damn right for that. I ain't your owner. I ain't your overseer. You have every right to go see that person. But now I gotta back away. I don't need to be that friend. I can still be friends, but I don't need to be friends with the benefits.
But when all that happened, you're going to find out how much space between your dryer and the wall, too.
That's true.
See if your head can fit in between.
That's true, Vic. I mean, a lot of us say this, but a lot of us can't deal with it because there's different things that cause that. And especially us men with our ego, sometimes we can't deal with that.
No,
we can't deal with that.
I'm telling you something, man. It is so much easier just to be with one person. It is so much easier, man. It's just so much easier.
But let me ask you this, Victor. Again, I'm not promoting. I don't want Veronica to give me that X-ray vision for Superman tonight. Superwoman. have you ever see the difference is it's so easy to say to deal with one and cool. That's what
It
we
is.
talking about. We're promoting positivity tonight. I got that. But have you ever dealt with two openly that both knew about one another and it worked? See, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes we talk about something, but until we try it and it works, then you realize, whoa, that's a mother. Because I've seen it work. I've seen it work. I told y'all before, I seen it work and it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Well, to each his own, but I'm not the one.
Oh,
I'm gonna say this: when I'm in a relationship,
you all in.
I'm all in. When I'm not,
You go.
I'm all in.
All in.
I mean, being single, and it took me a long time to realize, you know, it don't take much. There's a lot of women out there, like Fatim said, there's a lot of women out there that don't want the whole 360. They just want a piece.
Yes.
And a piece may be 2-3 times a month. So now you got 2-3 times a month over here. Then you got one over here that's saying, you know, hey, every other weekend, can we go out of town and, you know, get a bite to eat? Okay, you can juggle that. And then, you know, you got people sending you memes and all this other shit, and you got your little stragglers throughout the week. Next thing you know, you juggling 5-6 in a month, and neither one of them know about each other. And they all cool as long as you being safe and you showing everybody respect. So it's possible. It's possible to juggle 5-6 women at one time. You can do it. And for a woman to juggle 5-10 men at one time. It's very easy to do.
Yeah.
Because
it is easy.
Once you on a schedule, then you already know I don't have to text you every day. I don't have to call you every day. But our time is our time.
Right. And when I was single, I dated women, and let's just say no commitment, but dated women, some with benefits. And our time was our time. They didn't ask me this. If they saw me at downtown with another young lady, I didn't get the eye, and I didn't give them an eye if they were somebody else. Our time was our time. That was our understanding. And that respect went both ways. That's all to it.
It ain't hard.
It ain't hard if you're transparent. It ain't hard if that's what
you're
y'all want to do. If you're single and that's
single.
what you want to do. Exactly. I did it. I only say I did it because I was open about it, and it worked because I didn't lie to these women. And some women had a choice. Nah, I'm not going to go that way. And that's cool. We still were friends, but they were friends with benefits that they didn't ask me who I was with, and I came by and rung your bell. You asked somebody upstairs. They didn't ask me all that immature stuff. They was like, I came by, you wasn't home, you know, so I came by another time. That's how we roll.
Oh, nice.
It's beautiful.
I mean, to each his own.
But it was much, but again, even though that was beautiful, being in a relationship, having children, being on the same page was better.
I mean, it's beautiful when you can just have just one person that, you know, are you making a face, Victor?
I'm listening.
Because I know you're not getting ready to disagree with me, because you just said basically the same thing I'm getting ready to say. But being with one person is, I mean, it's a great feeling knowing that, you know, you are with this one person, not, oh, okay, so I got to meet Chris Tuesday night. And then Thursday night, I'm going out with Brian. And then Sunday, I got this date with blah, blah, blah. Like, just a lot.
If you live in that life, and
both of them are beautiful.
Yeah, they both are beautiful. Depending on where you at in your life.
I mean, yeah, if you want that.
Yeah. So understand, to a man that likes variety, that's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
To a man that is looking for a commitment, that would be hectic for him.
Correct.
So it's all perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, to each his own.
Yeah, to each his own. So I don't knock it, but my thing is, I've always said, let me choose what I want to do. If I meet someone, I don't understand. Women lie so bad.
Women.
I can't say men because I've never dated a man before. So I'm just saying, women lie so bad. It's almost like, let me choose how I want to fall in your life. Let me choose that.
It's interesting, Vic say
Oh,
that.
I need to hear more about that because I don't know where
That's
he's going.
interesting. You say that, but I didn't know where you're going. I got
So
it.
I met a woman who was kind of in between. She was undecisive about what she wanted to do over here, right? So when we met, it was almost like I was the only one, but I wasn't.
Mhm.
But if she was up front with me, then the way everything ended probably wouldn't have ended as grenadish as it
She
did.
should have let you make
She
that
should have
decision.
said, I'm in between some shit right now. Let me choose to say I'm cool. I don't
Mhm.
want to be part of this shit show over here.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. You
Mhm.
put me in a situation that I had to get myself out of. Let me choose. So if people were upfront honest, like Fatim said, somebody would say, I'm not looking for a commitment right now, but we can hang, we can date, but you're just understand you're not the only one that I'm spending time with and talking to. Let that person choose to be the part of that or walk away.
Exactly. That's it. Transparency there, and I hate to use the car thing, but I heard older guys say this and I just listened as a young kid and I would hear the older guys joking amongst each other, man. I like my cars like I like my women. I like to lease my cars because I like to get into a new car every 3, 4, 5 years. You understand what I'm saying? And then there's the person who buys that car at the end of the day. So it depends on each his own on what they want to do. But Veronica, I want to come back to something that Victor said. He made a statement about women lying, right? And we all lie, men and women. So we all lie. But I ain't never heard a man say this, but I heard women say this. Oh, we lie better than men. We cheat better than men. I can go out. I'll hit the bell in a minute. I cheat better than men. You know why? Because they slip up. Man, I can go out there and he leave here. I can go out there, do my thing, come back, have his dinner on that table. He won't know a damn thing. I heard nothing. I heard numerous women say we can do it better than them.
That is the
Put that
truth.
vinegar between your legs.
Oh, and they tighten. No, to tighten that up. You hear them say that? I got to go take that bath, girl. You know what? I got to tighten up. So and so coming home.
Time for all that. I mean,
they do, but
Well, I mean,
but if you live in that lifestyle, then
that's true.
that's the prerequisite of living that lifestyle.
You
those
would think
things.
that would be for the younger girls,
Shit.
but no, I'm saying you would think
okay,
that.
okay.
But I mean, I know what you're saying. I mean, people got time on their hands. I'm like Cheryl says, I can't have multiple men because I have a bad memory. I can't keep up with all that stuff.
That's why iPhone puts pictures up there.
You gotta put that name on the back of the pillow.
Like Patricia says, but being with multiple people is dangerous. You are sleeping with everyone that person is sleeping with. So once I know that there's someone else, it's a no for me.
So Patricia,
you gotta strap up.
Yeah. So all right. So Victor's right. You got to strap up. But Patricia, that's why I've said this before. The reason why I'm not going hard because I'm not trying to go that direction. But if you transparent, both people are transparent, then y'all know what each other's history is. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, if you sleeping around is one thing, but if you know that I'm sleeping with these two women and these two women know that you sleeping with these two women, yo, I always was responsible of going to the doctor to make sure I've been with women that said, yo, present your health record.
I mean,
we're in the HIV. I'm out of the HIV era. I'm out of that era. So when you got with women, some women be like, yo, I need to know. And I didn't have a problem. I had friends that died from HIV AIDS. So at the end of the day, when you make that statement, Patricia, that's when you can do things and be responsible. It's just that we scared as adults to say to the person what you're doing and how you're doing. And if you got respect and love for somebody or respect, you won't lie to them. What's the purpose of lying? If you understand?
Yeah, but it's still dangerous though. I mean, because you got to have a real strong head, a real strong.
You have to change that tone real quick. Well, when you're in one-on-one relationship, somebody can cheat, and
you have to have a strong mindset. You have to have a strong heart when it comes to that, because when feelings get involved, it's like, okay, yeah, I know you said what you said at the beginning. You did say that you didn't want to commit a relationship. You did say that. But at the same time, my heart is saying something different. Like, I don't want to know that you're with multiple women, because our heart is there. Mm-hmm. We've been dealing for so long, the heart is there. And to hear you say, oh yeah, well, I'm sleeping with this person, I'm sleeping with that person. That's why I'm with Patricia when she's saying being with multiple people is dangerous.
I got it. I mean, I understand what she's saying, and I would lean, if I had to say on society, which is more leaning towards, is what you and Patricia are saying. It is more dangerous because most people can't be transparent, because a lot of people won't tolerate that. But then there are some. I've seen adults where a wife said to her husband, to the other woman, and this was in my family, told the other woman, I'm not leaving my husband. I know he's with you. Mm. And you understand what I'm saying? And it was known. And it was known. And they dealt with it like that. And that's how it was dealt with. You know how many times this has been doing, where people been tipping?
Oh.
And got and cousins or really brothers and sisters, but because of the lies, because of the damn lies, people don't know who's who.
Yeah.
So the upfront thing, I tell you something. Long, many years ago.
Of course.
I was dating. I don't even want to call it dating. I was in my 20s, and this woman told me, you need to find you somebody else, because what I got going on over here and what we got going on over here, you're not gonna mess this up. But we can still do our thing over here. But you cannot and you will not mess this up.
See, that's what I'm saying. You got to be a strong person to you have to be. If more people were honest. Yeah, I get it. Being honest and being upfront. That's what I'm saying. But to say that, like, I don't think I have a strong bone in my body to be like, listen, we can get down, but listen, you ain't getting to mess up what I got at home. You ain't getting to go, like, we can go out, we can go out of town, we can do our thing, but you ain't getting to mess up home. Like,
so let me say this. We all know they talk about Jada and Will, but you ain't never heard of Will's women ever coming out. So you got to understand now. August, he broke the rules.
Will Smith.
Yeah,
I'll shut that up too if I was dating Will Smith on the side.
See what I mean? You would.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say nothing.
That's a different status, though.
So, but no, you're saying that's Will Smith because Will got money. So understand, it's all relative. If I'm making, throwing out whole numbers, if I'm making 400,000 over here, and you making 25,000 over here, you gonna shut the hell up. That's just the reality of it. If I'm sitting here and I'm a CEO and I'm an executive of some business over here, like Tiger, and you at the Waffle House, I can make shit happen for you. And when I tell you I'm coming through, you got to clean up. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna slide through at like 6. What you gonna do? You gonna let me slide through at 6? You clearing your schedule? You whatever you got to do, because I'm sliding through at 6. Drop some bird off. drop some money off, and I'm out the door. But some women open themselves up for that shit.
Yeah.
Some women, and this is no, and I know this for a fact. Some women have Mr. Light Bill, Mr. Car Note, and Mr. Mortgage. And listen, when Mr. Mortgage come through, everybody else got to take a back seat. I know, I'm telling you, I personally know women like this.
So that's 3 men that she's sleeping with.
It's not necessarily mean she's always sleeping with them, but she's dealing with them.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Mortgage may have Mr. Mortgage, he may have a wife at the house. Mr. Light Bill may have a girlfriend and a crazy baby mama. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Car Note, he could be interchangeable at any time.
But I recall you all saying that a man isn't getting ready to pay for anything if he's not getting something in return.
Yeah, he gets some coochie.
Okay, well, that's what I just said. So she's sleeping with 3 different men. One for the light bill, one for the mortgage, one for the.
It's not all the time. Understand when them guys are playing. If you're playing your position, you understand what your position is. If your light bill $115, you're not hitting 5 and 12 times a month. That ain't happening. But if your mortgage payment $900 to $1,300, you know what I'm saying? That's 3 times a week.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? But we ain't kissing. I'm dropping dick off and I'm out the door.
Oh my gosh.
You know, Patricia wrote, it's not the person that you are messing around with that's messing up your home. Your home is already messed up and you did it, you know. And if you gotta, you know, if Mr. Mortgage, Mr. Light Bill and Mr. Car Note gotta come by, you know, I don't know if you got a man or whatever. And see, that's what I'm saying. It goes back to what I was talking about at the beginning of the conversation tonight. Is where are we as a people? Are we so far gone that relationships are not the same like they used to be, and they're far in between? Yeah, there are people that are married and blissful, but as we talk about it, how many? I mean, Victor, you've been to maybe if 3 or 4 weddings. I count 2, but maybe you've been to a couple of more. But weddings used to be something that in the springtime or, you know, in the fall or the summer, they're not abundant as they used to be. They're just not. And if we're fooling ourselves because they're not. And if people are getting married, we're seeing divorce on the uprise. So what's going on is that maybe, as I'm talking about to promote the healthy couples, yeah, there's healthy couples and healthy relationships out there, but there's more problems and more problematic relationships amongst us as a people. And if that's the case, then we need to reevaluate what relationships are and what marriage is. Because if we don't, the way we headed is in a terrible way as of being a family in a sense of having children and being responsible to those children.
So Jason said in one of his rap songs, I don't want to quote him, but he made me think about some shit. I have a lot of suits in my closet. Mm-hmm. I've worn more suits to funerals than I have to weddings.
Sad. I ring the bell because that's sad.
He's got in his song Lost Souls, he talks about people putting is more and like I said, I'm not trying to I can't say it like he said it, but he said something about people put more suits in the cleaners to go to funerals than weddings.
That's true.
That's
sad.
That song I sent you. That's Jason's bar. That's what he said. And what you saying is facts. Like, people not really getting married anymore.
Nope.
But I'm sitting here looking at these suits over here, and I can point out every suit over here whose funeral I went to in this suit. Okay, this jacket right here might have went to my sister got married. I wore that one time to my sister's wedding. I wore that to the NAACP thing. I wore that to somebody else's wedding. But the next 7 suits was rotated throughout funerals.
Okay, but well, how can we change that? How, I mean,
I don't know. I guess I need to pick better friends. I mean, I don't know how you do that. Like,
Well,
maybe
I
I
think
don't get invited to a lot of weddings. I don't
no.
know.
I think it's bigger than that, Victor. What Veronica is saying is, how do we change this as a people in a sense of the weddings? Because I look at all my female cousins right now, and I can count, or even my male cousins, how many may be in relationships and got kids, but they ain't getting married.
Yeah.
They're not getting married. So there's something happening out here that, even though you talk about the funerals, it's poetic, but just take away the funeral part. If you take you use that as a comparison to show that weddings are on the decline. It's like this in one hand. You can count them on one hand. You can count how many funerals you've been on two hands. And you can you understand? And you can count how many family members in your family got married in the past 3 years.
None.
Damn right. So
None.
what's happening as we as
One,
a people?
one.
We are procreating. We're procreating, but we're not. Are we building healthy relationships, or what? And that's why I'm saying, what is our future like? And if our future is going this direction, then we gotta reevaluate this so that there's still some responsibility with our children. Because what kind of example are we showing? Because if they don't have example being raised by single mothers all the time, then they ain't gonna have nothing to look at to see that family structure in the house from 0 to 18.
We effing, we just ain't staying together.
There you go. And that's why tonight it's a sad conclusion, but healthy relationships are far in between now than between the bad ones now.
You see Patricia comment to you?
To me, Fatine, you say society is not like it used to be. Does that make you more concerned for your daughters to think they may not have that fairy tale marriage? Of course it does. Of course it does, Patricia. But at the end of the day, we have that real conversation. And I hear my oldest daughter talk about it. She talks about children. My youngest daughter is in a relationship right now and has been in it for a minute. But the reality is they seen me and their moms come together and be together for 32 years. And we didn't get married for whatever the reason, but we didn't get married. You understand? So, but they have marriage to look at in a sense of how we work together as a couple, how their grandparents are being married and still together 80 years old. You understand? And they have a lot of friends who parents. I grew up in the neighborhood that I raised my children. Most of the children had 2-parent households. So they came up in that. But yes, I do tell my daughters that, they try to pick good men at the end of the day, but they do know the reality is that marriage is a possibility. It's up in the air because a lot of people are not committing to that.
Nope. And a lot of people have their reasons why they don't want to, get married. They just want to, stay in the relationship that they're in. They're happy where they're at. And some
women, some people, and the reason why I said women, I don't want to be biased, but some people use marriage as a weapon. So if you do break up, they weaponize marriage. So that's why a lot of people say, you ain't taking me to the bank like that. You already got me for child support. Now you're going, hell no, you're not going to do that and weaponize it and just be scornful. I can see if it's deserving. But when you weaponize marriage or weaponize divorce, you weaponize it because at the end of the day, you want to use that to say, you ain't going to leave me. And if you leave me, you going to pay me. See, that's why a lot of men is like, I ain't falling for that. I'm not going through that. And you can't blame them.
I want to get the 2 comments. And
go ahead.
Go.
And then we're going to try to wrap it up. Okay. So,
you can't say that.
Let's get to Brittany first, then I'm going to go to B. Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany says, let's be honest. The breakdown of the Black family and relationship started way before our time. Slavery, government, and many other things contributed to it. It's up to us to break the cycle, and that is the truth.
Good point.
We have to break that cycle.
Yes.
That's why I was like, what can we do? Let's say B. Lee says a lot of people want the ceremony but are not the marriage. It takes commitment from both parties. Exactly. Cheryl says, I think people are scared of marriage. Yeah, and be like, I think a lot of women are guilty of that. They want the ceremony. They want all the glam and the the pictures and the
Men too.
but it's more women. Mostly more women want that fairy tale wedding.
I don't
and
know.
More, what should I say this? Most women be pushing the fact of marriage than men. But aren't ready for marriage. They're not ready to be just that one husband, that woman, that husband and that wife. Brittany says, I didn't see healthy relationships growing up. Neither of my parents grew up in a two-parent household. Neither of my parents grew up in a two-parent household. It's up to me to change that. Exactly. And just because your parents and your grandparents wasn't in a two-parent household doesn't mean that you can't be in a two-parent house. I'm so big on speaking things and and not speaking negativity. Like, oh well, I know I'll never. Like, I try not to do that. Don't say what you never do, or you're never gonna be in a community. You're never gonna do this again. I'm never gonna, I don't want to say that, because anything is possible. What God has for me is for me, not what I think is best or what someone else think is best. Oh, she didn't did that, so I know she ain't gonna. No, what God has for me, and God already have all of our lives planned out. What's going to happen? What's going to take place? When? Where? How? Whatever. He already know that. So whatever happens, happens. That's how I look at it. Just because something didn't happen for your parents or your grandparents doesn't mean that it's not going to happen for you.
So, folks, we'll finish this conversation later, because it gets back to that question what Veronica said. Destiny. If God has everything planned out, then it's no use even planning, because then we can't control our destiny.
Oh, we can plan, but that don't mean that's just like we can plan for our marriage. We can plan for this relationship, but if that's not the relationship that God has for you, it's not going to work.
And so we can mess that up too now.
So the question is, can we change our destiny, or do we have control of our destiny? If we can change our destiny, that's why God gave us will. I don't think God interferes in our life like that. I think we put too much on that. I think God gave us the will to choose between this, that, and we reap the repercussions of our choices. That's what God has done. I don't think our life is so planned out for us. I think we have will to choose it. If God has planned out and the baby lives an hour long, is that God? I don't know. I mean, I just don't know.
So understand something. No matter what you ask for, it's going to happen. If you pray for it, it's going to happen. If you pray for a baby, a baby's gonna come into your life, whether it's yours. It's just
okay. I gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
I can see what you're saying.
If somebody says, Lord, I'm single, bring me somebody, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Somebody.
Might not be what you want, but
it's gonna be somebody.
When you're specific.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. We could be so specific. Lord, bring me a woman who's 6 foot with some triple F's and a big old butt and this and a good job. And she ain't worth a damn.
That part.
But when you say, Lord, bring me the best person for me.
Yeah.
And we got to stop looking with these. See, these right here fuck us up when it comes to choosing a mate. Them eyes is hell.
Mm.
Them eyes are bad. I mean, we all want to look at somebody who's easy on the eyes. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
you know,
Wait, you're right. I like what Brittany Wheeler said. We can absolutely change our destiny. We create the reality we want. And Victor talks about, you throw Rihanna name out there a lot. And I'll use Rihanna as an example, that if you grew up with Rihanna and there's no government interaction, nothing foul play to make her, but you grew up with her knowing that y'all come from the same Barbados town, came to the States, and she grinded harder to get where she's at. You understand what I'm saying? Then you can look at it and say, you know what? You put the work in, you can achieve, you can do the things that you choose or want to do.
David Banner, he was homeless
You can do it.
and
That's
went to
it.
school.
There you
Homeless. I like his whole story. He went to college, graduated college, and was homeless, living out his van. Man, come on, man. This dude, I love David Banner.
There you go. Jay-Z, me and Jay-Z, Jay-Z from the hood, from Marcy Projects. We and him went to the same high school. He's younger than me. He came out the hood, did what he had to do, you know, and got where he's at. At the end of the day, he had a talent and he utilized that talent. You know what I'm saying? And he got where he got to go. So you can.
Facts.
You can.
Yeah. You can. With Jesus on your side.
And a little bit of
nothing butter. A little nut, that's called nothing butter. That's nothing butter. Not yet. Not yet.
Veronica, you want me to send you a pack?
No, thank you. I'm good with my motion in the ocean.
No, this ain't for you.
Oh, I know.
You supposed to put that on his stuff.
His stuff, okay.
It ain't gonna be, if it's going on the battery, it ain't gonna work.
That battery go from a AAA to a AA.
Yeah, I bet so. Well, that's gonna do it for the tea tonight. This was really good for tea. Thank you so much.
No final thoughts?
Yes, definitely final thoughts. For tea, we'll start with you.
All right. So final thoughts. I just think it was a good conversation, even though we went up and down the scale, you know, starting off about a positive relationship, but it's good that we went where we needed to go and we went up and down the scale, because it shows us where we are in a mindset as a people. I think this, even though the group that is in here tonight, it's a microcosm of the world. It's a microcosm of what we see out here. And I just think that we need to put out a little bit more positive affirmations at time, uplifting all of us, uplifting Black women, uplifting people in general. You understand what I'm saying? And if you're going to focus on some negativity, counter it at times with some positivity. And when you see on spotlight good relationships, talk about it, you know, and help promote it. Because I think the more that we promote it and talk about it and our young folks hear about it, it gives them something to counterbalance on the negativity that they may see out in this world.
Yes.
What I want to say is, women, lie more to your man. Don't sit here and say that you've tried this and tried that. Just tell your man, I ain't never done like this before. I ain't never did this before. Make that man feel like he your first.
That's what y'all want? Okay.
And then you jump in and you fall in, then you ain't the first.
There's a difference. Now, you know you ain't her first, like virgin first. But if, you know, that man stick a pinky in your butthole or something like that, be like, ooh, I ain't never had nobody do that before. Let let him think, even though you probably had a whole hand up there, let that man think that was the first time that ever happened. You know what I'm saying? Just whoever you with, make him think he your first, and you will guarantee get better results out of him. Because if he think you done experienced everything, probably won't have a good experience. He gonna leave your ass. Always. I mean, to be honest with you, you know, no man likes coming behind another man, but a man always wants to feel like I'm showing you something new. You know what I'm saying? You can be a mechanical engineer, but let me show you how to build this shit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Well, everybody's been behind somebody. I mean, unless you're a virgin out here.
What did I say?
Okay.
Virginity rocks.
All right. So Patricia and Brittany had 2 comments.
Yes.
That I mean, I really don't want to jump on, but then again, I really do, but I don't want to open up another conversation. I'm gonna just read it and then I'm gonna get to my final thoughts. Patricia says, because God do not put all marriages together. We make that choice. But when it doesn't work, we say we got married before God, and God was there saying, this ain't the one. And that is so very true. We do say that. God put this marriage together when no, that was our choice. Brittany says, wait, is this the one I wanted? I think we should definitely continue the conversation about what we can do to change the nature of the Black family and / community. Most definitely. Yeah.
Great topic, team.
Yeah, great topic. Because we so stuck on, oh, well, what this person went through, or this person, or what our parents went through, or what our grandparents went through. Like, we got to break the cycle. We can't just go by what happened in the past. We have to break that cycle and move forward so that our children and their children, can see what love is really supposed to be. Both of you guys' final thoughts was good. My final thoughts, I mean,
thank you, teacher. And we got an apple for you.
I think it's a beautiful thing when 2 people love one another and really, really love one another, not just for what one can do for one another. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Not the fact that, oh, he got a good job, or, oh, she's good in the bed, or, I just think it's a beautiful thing when 2 people really love each other. And I would love to see more powerful couples, more couples in love, and because you're right, we don't see that as much these days. And half of the time, these Facebook posts that people be posted and stuff, you don't know whether to trust it or not. You trust it because they wrote it, but are your household really that secure? Like, are things really that good in your household? Like, it's not my business, but I'm just saying. But I really would love to see strong couples again. My parents been married 50, I can't even count now, 54, 55 years. And, are we going to see that again? With this new generation. You see a lot of single females, a lot of single males. Like, when you go out, you don't see a lot of couples. And I do think about that sometimes when I go out and I be out in public and I'm looking, I'm like, dang, she's, she look a certain age and she's by herself. I don't want to be single. Like, I want somebody that I can be with and hold and, come home to. And you do too, Victor. So don't even try it.
It'd be hot at night.
Hold me. I'm just saying, love is a beautiful thing. So to all the lovers out there, salute to you. keep loving on one another, keep that communication open, try new things, and just keep it spicy and keep it going. You know, Victor.
I'm just saying new things.
Thank y'all so much for watching the tea tonight. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And don't forget tomorrow night, come out, enjoy the Halloween Zumba party, Big Area Gym, 7 p.m. Hip Hop Fitness with Veronica. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Come out with your costumes. Yes, we're gonna work out. Just because it's a Halloween party, we still getting it in.
Y'all got to do the Michael Jackson Thriller dance.
Of course.
You got to do that. Got to play that.
Yes, of course. Yes, Thomas. Beautiful thing with the right person. Most definitely. Not the fakeness that be going on. I don't want anything fake. Like, I want to be real about it all. We in love, you know? But yes, it's a beautiful thing. Fatine, thank you so much. WBLS Radio Station, New York. My brother Victor, damn it, boy White, thank you so much. We know you're going to be partying this weekend with the Wilson Tigers. And your honey. Yes.
Silver fisting
it. I hope you all have a great weekend. Be safe, whatever you choose to do. A lot is going to be going on throughout the week, the weekend. A lot of parties going to be out there. Please just make sure you be responsible when you're driving. No drinking.
How I'm gonna get home?
Just be safe out there, folks. Enjoy life to the fullest, you know. But just to be safe. Have a good time. Thank y'all so much. We appreciate y'all for watching. I don't know what was going on tonight with the connection to Facebook, but I'm so happy that we have you all viewers that followed us from Facebook over here to YouTube. You guys mean so much to us, and it will not be any tea without you guys. So thank y'all so much from the bottom of our heart. We appreciate y'all for riding with us every week. Thank you. And hopefully Tuesday, things will be back to normal. We'll be back live on Facebook and YouTube. But let me say this, while you guys are over here on YouTube, go ahead and click that subscribe button and subscribe to our
YouTube channel.
Thank you. Please subscribe.
YouTube channel.
Follow us on YouTube. All right. We appreciate y'all. So go ahead and hit that button for us. And also click the bell so that you can be notified when we go live. All right, guys. Once again, have a great weekend. Be safe. And God willing, we'll see y'all Tuesday for some
Happy Halloween. Buenas noches.
Good night.